Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel, Spirit Journey of the White Cherokee. They call me Jake. I like to share spiritual knowledge from experience, just meaning my perspective through the combination of my knowledge, training, and experience. It's a life thing. Everybody brings their life experience to the table. Mine just happens to incorporate a lot of spiritual knowledge. And I wanted to put this one out there because I did an AM video talking about Kundalini, so I wanted to just kind of roll that into the next level and bring the sexual experience into it, which a lot of people cannot even speak about without just getting all weirded out. But for me, with my years of experience as an emergency medical dispatcher and just emergency services in general, I've had to be able to talk about everything on whatever level necessary. It don't matter if it's joking with coworkers or if it is being extremely serious about some things that most people would not be able to speak about without really blushing. But anyway, going from the Kundalini video this morning, talking about elevating the electric charge, the piezoelectric charge within the vessel, therefore creating additional amperage. And it's this is spun through the toroidal field, so your electromagnetic energy, expands outward, like thickens, so to speak. It's your charisma. Women can feel it. They can feel that from men. Men that are on different levels of confidence and different stages of life. Everybody puts off different energy fields that that can be picked up on or felt by other people. And so it's the same concept, except put into a focus with your companion. And and let me back up for a minute, because let me just give my overall view of how things have oriented. So my generation, people that grew up, they were already running, talking, playing, and everything once 1980 hit. They grew up through the 80s. That's when most of the development took place, and the lack of sexual knowledge that was common. So the common knowledge of anything of a sexual nature of that day, of that time, is horrible. Absolutely horrible. Parents don't want to teach their kids. They don't want to talk about it. They would just say, just don't do it till you get married, kind of stuff. Or they would just be little comments here and there, leaving, gaping areas of unknowns. Not that you need to know everything, because two people do need to learn one another through exploring one another. It's a beautiful thing, as long as it's, people of mature mind, consenting adults, that type of thing. Someone that's, of sound grounding, so they understand the importance of what life decisions are. Kids that are just wanting to get their rocks off, they're actually involved in something that they don't even know how to comprehend the levels that is. But it's just the way the world works. It's how it goes. Going back, the knowledge base, kids of the 80s were basically taught sex ed through porn. And 80s porn was probably the absolute worst place that anyone ever could have been learning from, or even trying to copy, or and the expectations that it puts in the minds of young people. ridiculous. It's just completely inorganic. It's inorganic, and it leads to an inorganic mentality, inorganic thought processes. So how people's perception would end up twisting when dealing with something of a sexual nature would be in a low vibe. It would be on just a low scale, no respect, and that's what everything in creation is founded on. Most people in the spiritual community are always talking about love, and everything's about love. It's just love, 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 and they're not wrong. But that's an outcome. That's not the foundation. The foundation is respect. 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 That is the foundation of creation. It's supposed to be the foundation of all relationships, but we are so far outside of that concept, it's not even funny. So, organically, things should be grounded in respect and then allowed to be moved closer and closer as two people get to know one another. That way their chemistry is building. And this whole thing is a chemical process that's taking place inside the vessels. It's not that swipe right, jump for instant gratification, and then go your separate ways. It's not that. That doesn't do anything any good. It just depletes energy. It leads to lack. It does lead to bragging rights on a very low vibe scale, but at the end of the day, it ends up lowering the energy, lowering the magnetics. That's why a nap is, something to eat and a nap afterwards, spot on. But it don't have to be that way. If more attention, more focus is shifted to the vessel, and awareness puts where every touch is at, where every sensation is at, ongoing, and staying in those moments and staying with those sensations. That's how you elevate the sensory perception as you're heightening those biochemicals in the vessel and amplifying the sexual experience. And the poor women, the minds of the men were completely taken away from the hearts long ago, because ultimately that's what women are after. They want your heart. They want to be with you, the men. And I'm not getting into all the alphabet community shit and everybody's preferences of all over the spectrum. Not even going there. We're talking about organic reality. So it's polarity based, and everyone is of polarity. So this encompasses everyone, regardless of what your preferences are. But it's shifting focus into those polarities, into those sensations, into all of those dynamics that will amplify and maximize sensation. That way you tap into your heart. When you do that, you move into your now moment. You're not in your head, and you're not distracted with paying bills, not distracted with laundry, not distracted with dishes, not distracted with any of that. Not distracted with work drama. That's a big one. Just moving your focus into your now moment and keeping it there. And knowing that that's the only thing that matters, and placing extreme high value on that. When you do that, you can achieve elevations that are majestic. And women, they can find out that it's simply mismanagement that stops women from achieving their ultimate orgasms. The orgasms can be achieved throughout the entire body. And guys, I'm not speaking of ejaculate. Ejaculate and orgasm are two separate things that usually happen simultaneously due to tension levels. But it doesn't have to be that way. Different things, different tactics can be utilized in order to prolong the aspect of ejaculate, or shifting away from it altogether and bringing that the orgasmic electricity, the electrical currents, harnessing that and moving them, breathing them upward into the vessel, and bringing that just explosion of if it was to be an ejaculatory orgasm, instead of it just being that few quick seconds and it's over, you can shift similar feelings. It's not the same because it's not an explosion outward, it's an implosion inward and upward, and that is majestic. That would be for guys out there that don't get tripped up and all weirded out anytime something's abnormal. It's that would be the ultimate goal to achieve with the sexual experience for all parties involved, but especially for men because it's so outside the norm. It's a completely different experience, and it's a jolt straight to the heart, and an orgasmic experience beyond anything you've ever felt. If all of the orgasmic experiences for the males have been the explosive outpouring of the life force energy, the ejaculate. That's your cerebral spinal fluid, your seeds of life. It's extremely powerful. It's full of minerals. It's mineral-based life. It's living light. And it can be harnessed and utilized instead of just, given away. So just food for thought. As far as, me personally, I'm all about maximizing the experience of life. I'm a student of life. I'm not a know-it-all. I'm always learning. There's always more angles. There's always more depths to all those angles. So I don't ever consider myself to, just know it all or deceive myself in thinking I've got it all figured out, because there's always a curveball around the next corner that leads to more learning, more expanding of awareness, and more heightening of experiences and elevations of sensory perception. So anyway, just food for thought. Check out the book, Holistic Pathways, Spirit Journey of the White Cherokee. There's some cool stuff in there, and if you're interested in a pathway that leads to heightening self-pleasure, self-experience, sensory perception, all that, then it'll lead you down that path. Start learning about the vessel and the true magic that's locked inside of it. Because the only thing separating anyone from heaven is simply your state of mind. It's not somewhere else. It's all right here on all the different frequencies, all the different channels of creation, all the different spectrums of light that we live in. But anyway, I'm going to let you go. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave comments, ask questions, that kind of thing. Bullshit comments I'm just not interested in, so don't waste your time. But if you're really wanting to learn, leave questions. If I don't have an answer, I probably know where one can be found. So anyway, take it easy. Peace. One love, one light. Later.